American atheists will donate books to go alongside Bibles in Georgia State Park cabins. Books by Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, and others will be donated to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources by the Association of American Atheists. It is offered to supply atheist-themed books to go alongside the Gideon Bibles that are currently in place inside Georgia State Park rental cabins. The issue was brought to the attention of officials after former American Atheist President Ed Buckner rented one of the cabins and found 9 Gideon Bibles inside. Yes, 9 Bibles in one cabin. All Bibles were removed by officials after Mr. Buckner filed a complaint. Controversy soon followed after Governor Nathan Deal ordered the books returned. The governor was quoted as saying that he does not believe that a Bible in a bedside table drawer constitutes a state establishment of religion. Georgia Attorney General Sam Olens and Governor Deal discussed the situation and have agreed between themselves that the state is on firm legal footing as we move to return the Bibles to the rooms. A statement released by the governor's office goes on to say that these Bibles are donated by outside groups not paid for by the state. In fact, any group is free to donate literature. That opens the door for American atheists to supply literature as well. Current President David Silverman responded that American Atheists does not believe the state of Georgia should be placing Bibles or atheist books in state park cabins. However, if the state is going to allow such distribution, we will happily provide our material. Whether or not American atheists will be allowed to donate books remains murky at the time this article was written. The spokesman for the governor's office, Brian Robinson, says that officials are working on a set of regulations for the distribution of materials with the Attorney General and the Department of Natural Resources. Expecting fair treatment, Mr. Silverman added that if the state is going to put Bibles in the cabins, they must allow alternative points of view. All alternative points of view without taking sides. From Mr. Buckner's point of view, the situation is crystal clear. He said that the right answer, and it's the one I asked for from the very beginning, is to keep all types of religious books and literature out of state park cabins. Speaking on a possible decision to create an all-inclusive policy that meets constitutional requirements, Mr. Buckner added, "I think they've opened up a can of worms, and they're going to have a tough time putting all the worms back in." The IRS has recently admitted that it has been targeting conservative groups with greater scrutiny than other organizations. Several conservative leaders, including Franklin Graham and Dr. Ann Hendershot, have claimed that they were the focus of IRS audits after criticizing liberal political groups. Dr. Hendershot, a Catholic professor and author, says that the IRS audited her in 2010 and demanded to know who was paying her and what their politics were. Franklin Graham, the son of famed evangelist Billy Graham, said that he received a letter from the IRS informing him that both of his organizations, Samaritan's Purse and the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, would also be under review that same year. This happened just 3 months before the upcoming election. Regarding this, he said, "I do not believe that the IRS audit of our 2 organizations last year is a coincidence or justifiable." Marge Baker, Executive Vice President for Policy and Program and People for the American Way, said that it is incumbent upon the IRS to do these investigations. It has to ask these questions, but it can't single out a particular group because of their political views, ideology, or religious beliefs. Some claim that the real reason for the audits is an attempt to curtail church involvement in elections by outside parties, who hope to challenge a 2009 court ruling that requires the IRS to seek authorization from an appropriate high-level Treasury official before auditing churches. Ever since this court ruling, IRS audits of churches involved in electioneering has been hampered. Rob Boston, Senior Policy Analyst at Americans United for the Separation of Church and State, said that Graham was deliberately trying to confuse the issue to get play in the media. If true, it could be that other conservative religious leaders are simply following his lead. While the evidence for IRS discrimination is largely circumstantial, the organization admits that 500 counts of such misconduct have taken place.